Once upon a time, there was a company that shook up the computer industry. It was bold, it was innovative, and for a while, it even outsold IBM. That company was Compaq. But today, Compaq is gone, remembered only as a logo from the past. So what happened? Why did one of the fastest growing computer companies in history collapse? Let's dive in. Compaq was founded in 1982 by three former Texas Instruments engineers, Rod Cannon, Jim Harris, and Bill Murto. Their goal was ambitious: to build a portable computer that was fully compatible with IBM systems. Back then, IBM dominated the PC market, but its machines were big, expensive, and tied to IBM's ecosystem. Compaq's big breakthrough was what became known as clean room reverse engineering. They figured out how to make their computer run IBM's software without violating any copyrights. The result? The Compaq Portable, released in 1983. It was luggable by today's standards, weighing about 28 pounds, but it was a smash hit. By offering IBM compatibility at a lower price, Compaq tapped into a massive demand. In its first year, the company made $100 million in revenue, a record for a startup at that time. Throughout the 1980s, Compaq grew rapidly. It became a leader in what was known as the IBM PC clone market. Unlike some cheap knockoffs, Compaq had a reputation for quality and innovation. In 1986, Compaq released the Desk Pro 386, the first computer to use Intel's 80386 processor. Here's the kicker: they released it before IBM did. That was a turning point. IBM had lost control of the standard it created. Compaq proved it could lead the industry, not just follow. By the early 1990s, Compaq was one of the world's top PC makers, competing with giants like Dell, HP, and of course IBM itself. But as the 1990s wore on, things got complicated. PCs were becoming a commodity. More companies were making them, and profit margins shrank. Dell in particular was changing the game with its direct-to-consumer sales model, cutting out the middleman and offering lower prices. Compaq, on the other hand, relied heavily on resellers and distributors, which made its machines more expensive. At the time, management missteps began to slow the company down. A series of reorganizations and leadership shake-ups in the mid-1990s hurt morale and muddied strategy. In 1998, Compaq made a massive move. It bought Digital Equipment Corporation, or DEC, for $9.6 billion. DEC was a pioneer in mini computers, but had fallen on hard times. Compaq hoped the deal would help it expand into servers and enterprise computing. On paper, it made sense. In reality, it was a disaster. The merger was messy, cultures clashed, and Compaq struggled to integrate DEC's sprawling business. Instead of strengthening Compaq, the acquisition drained resources and distracted leadership at a critical time. Meanwhile, Dell was eating into Compaq's PC sales with ruthless efficiency. By the early 2000s, Compaq was struggling. In 2002, Hewlett-Packard, under CEO Carly Fiering, announced it would acquire Compaq in a $25 billion merger. It was one of the largest tech mergers of its time. The deal was controversial. Many HP shareholders opposed it, arguing that merging two troubled PC makers wouldn't solve either company's problems. Even members of the Hewlett-Packard families publicly spoke against it. But the deal went through. HP absorbed Compaq, and within a few years, the Compaq brand was largely phased out, surviving only on a handful of budget consumer PCs before disappearing altogether. So what can we learn from the rise and fall of Compaq? First, Compaq showed how powerful innovation and bold strategy can be. By challenging IBM's dominance, it helped create the open PC ecosystem we still use today. But the company also illustrates how dangerous strategic missteps can be. The DEC acquisition drained billions without delivering results, and Compaq failed to adapt quickly enough to Dell's leaner, more efficient model. In the end, Compaq didn't collapse overnight. It was slowly squeezed out, first by market changes, then a merger that erased its identity. Compaq's story is a reminder. In tech, today's giant can be tomorrow's memory. So that is a quick deep dive into the history of Compaq. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.